Namaste to everyone.
Yeah, Dhanyavadagalu, Madhuji, and we are really glad to have Shri Chandrakanth Sharma with us. And once again, Suswagata Chandrakanth for our KAHO Shibira, and we are pleased to have you. Yeah, as you know, we are discussing today in terms of Hindu Samaj Karya in our society here. But before I starting with you, I would like to say that we, as a KAHO Parivar has grown up, we have a lot of new members. Can you please enlighten us first in terms of what a Sangha Pracharak means and how you decided to become a Sangha Pracharak? While we know, it is, we take more in our life as a career as a doctor, lawyer, engineers, but you have chosen as a Pracharak. Can you please enlighten us before we start the discussion? Thank you.
So if I say Pracharak also a career is not only to earn money, but to devote ourselves for the dharma, that's also a career. So I think this sort of concept was in the start of the 20th century. When I read Aurobindo, when I read Nivedita, those who are the great people, everybody was writing, the thinking, and discussing about this sort of some life. Rishi Aurobindo wrote a beautiful book called Bhavani Mandir, where he explained what I'm going to establish one organization who will work for the country, and the roadmap and the idea of that organization he writes in that whole book. And Aurobindo writes, I'll bring thousands of youth of this country who will devote their life for the country. They will live like a sannyasi, but they want to be a sannyasi. They won't wear the orange clothes or the Bhagava Vastram, but they will live like a sannyasi and their whole life will be for the country. So I can see this sort of discussion many places at the start of the 20th century. Many people thought, but Dr. Hedgewar did it. When Dr. Hedgewar started the RSS in the 1925, he introduced this concept, the initial people of the Sangh, they introduced this concept called Pracharak, mean after finishing study or your whatever the college or university, a person, he or she can devote whole life for the desh, for the dharma. So they are not sannyasi, but they live like sannyasis, and till last breath they are for the country. So I was very inspired by this thought since my childhood, and in 1990 when I finished my university, I became pracharak by grace of Bhagavan. And so last 30 years, initially 18 years, I was pracharak in the Rajasthan. And since 2009, I'm pracharak in the UK.
Great, nice to hear, and we are really pleased to hear about the pracharaks that you mentioned. And I think we are going to be 100 years now in next 4 years since RSS started. Yeah, in next
yes,
I think 220.
Yes. So pracharak don't marry. So they don't have their own family, but whole Samaj is their family. So literally, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, you all are my family. So anytime I can come to any of your house.
Yeah, sure. Dhanyavad. Next, moving on to the next question, Chandrakanji. In terms of the Hindu Samaj Karya that we're talking today, how you see the HSS role getting into it, and being sort of a pracharak for HSS more than 11 years, how you have seen in UK the Hindu Samaj is functioning as a Karya for helping the society?
Yeah, it's very interesting. When we see the history of the UK, I think Hindu or Indians arrived in this country at the end of the 19th century, even.
Yeah.
I can say after 1857, that time, 1870, the Indians arrived in this country. So a long history of Indians, Hindus in this country. And Indians are Indians, and particularly Hindus. They are across the world. They are same wherever they go. They mingle with the country. They contribute for the country financially, technology, doctors, chartered accountants, uh, all the positive contribution. This is the nature of the Hindus across the world. Whichever the country they go, they make very positive contribution to that country. But sometimes Hindus forget that there is a difference between integration and assimilation. Integration means when you getting something from the country, you also giving something back to them as to make them culturally strengthening of that country. And Hindus got amazing this our culture and this universal concept of the Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. But sometimes Hindus forget that we also have something to teach to the host country. And in the race to mingle with the local people, sometimes this uh, like to underestimate ourselves. This is also a problem with the Hindus. So that was the need of the Hindu Samaj. And in 1966, HSS started in this country. Many people, those who lived, and they felt like we need an organization, not exactly, but something like RSS. So HSS is not RSS, but inspired by the work of RSS. Few initial our Karyakartas, they started this HSS organization here. So it's since 1966. So around 54 year of journey of that organization. So Hindus are great financially, culturally, ideologically, philosophically. They are amazing. Where they lack in the organization. They lack in the assertiveness. So these few things, if we add, we are amazing, and we are the citizen of this country. If Bharat Mata our Matrabhumi, this is our Karma Bhumi. If that is the Devaki, this is the Yashoda. They both are important for us. And we need to make our contribution here.
Very well said. Very well said. Yeah, Matrabhumi and Karma Bhumi. So, being a Karma Bhumi, how we know there are a lot of Kannada Sangha Parivaras in UK. How you see these Sangha Parivaras have been formed, and since how long they are functioning here? How did they take a birth as a Sangha Parivara?
So those who are familiar with the word called Sangha Parivar mean Sangha inspired organizations. HSS initially started in this country in 1966 to serve the Hindu Samaj, to cater the need of the Hindu Samaj. But when on different time and on different time period, Sangha or our senior Karyakartas, they notice some need of the society. And to address that need, they felt only Sangha work is not enough. Only to run the Shakha is not enough. We need to do something else. Like 25 years back, 29 years back, it was a big issue. Maybe most of you don't know, because most of us, we arrived late. 29 years back, there was a big debate in this country. The conversion of our students in the universities. It was a big debate in the country. Our students, our children, they go to university for study, and for normally 3 years, they stay away from the family. And that 3 year was the killing for many. And when they go to university, they are alone, they are far from the family. And to conversion of them into Islam was on a big scale that time. And that time our Karyakarta realized we need to do something else. So in that whole thinking process, a new organization came up called NHSF, National Hindu Students Forum. Now this is the 30th year of NHSF is coming next year. And at the moment, NHSF is one of the largest student organization in the UK. They have branches in the 50 universities. And now if our children go to university, the moment they go university, they find a family of the Hindu boys and girls there, where they are safe. Even they can very positively influence the others. So Vishwa Hindu Parishad came at a time, started Vishwa Hindu Parishad or NHSF or the Seva UK or the Vanvasi Kalyan Ashram, or I can say in the intellectual world, we started the Vichar Manthan. We can discuss any sort of idea, but we will discuss from a Hindu lens. So we're not going to accept this typical Western style of thinking. Yes, come on our dais and then speak. So Vichar Manthan is in the intellectual arena. ICCS, International Center for Cultural Studies, that's an organization for the people, the culture in this country before the Christ. So before the Christ, there was no Christian in this country. So still there are thousands and thousands of the pagans and druids and bards, and they all are the nature worshippers. Still they live in this country. So their communication with the Hindus, so ICCS is an organization who work with them. So that's sort of many organizations. And recently in the last election, is very interesting. In the last election, most of you know that the way the Labour, we are Labour and Conservative and Lib Dem, they all are our. But the way the Labour Party behaved that time, particularly the leadership of the Labour Party, it's so humiliating for the India, for the Indians, for anything they're talking about the Kashmir. And that time the whole Samaj was thinking, do we have some self-respect? And out of that whole communication, a new organization came up called Insight UK. To even if you want, if Indian community is supposed to fight sometime, there must be some organization to fight for them.
Yeah.
So time to time, on the according to the need of the Samaj, the different organization came. At the moment, around 25 organization in the Sangha Parivar in the UK. Those as they all are the sister organization, all work together for some common cause.
Yeah, that's good. So as you rightly said, I think our society is growing and our contributions to the UK is also growing. Soon, I think we will hear what Trump elections is also going to be influenced by the Indians staying in America as well. Very true. Uh, just moving on to that, our KAHO is started more for our Kannada or a regional Bhasha-based Sangha Parivar organization. What are the other Sangha Parivar organizations in UK that are functioning? And can you just give us some more of their missions and aims, other religious Hindu Sanghas in UK?
Uh, That's really an interesting point. Normally, we don't believe in this Kannada or Telugu or Bangla. We all are Hindus. We all are Indians. That's enough for us. That is our main way of thinking. Actually, this whole thinking process started 5 years back from the Telugu community initially. And few of our Telugu Karyakartas, one day they were sitting and very deeply they thinking about the Telugu community in the UK. And they found now the Telugu people in the UK, they are more than 50,000, around 60,000 Telugu people in the UK. And people going in the 10 direction. The next generation, they feeling a very challenge to stay connected with the culture. Because in India, even the children, they play in the street and they get the culture. But here, it's a different challenge. And how many people will join the Shakha? It's not possible for all the families, and the society is growing like anything. So we need to do something. And that time they decided to start a Hindu Telugu organization in the UK. There, it is very interesting. Let me tell you, and they have studied it. That meeting was in the London, and they realized even in the London 18 organization, those who are the Telugu organization. And they thought, do we need another organization? Already we got 18 organization. But somehow the problem with our Indian Hindus, these 18 organization, every want to be the secular, typical secular, if you understand the secular. When something happen, they 99% they are Hindus, but no one want to speak for the Hinduism. If something happening with the Hindus, no one want to speak. Like this assertiveness is completely missing. Then they thought we need something else. And they came up with the idea called UK Telugu Hindu organization called UTHO. That was the first ever organization in Bhasha related organization, I can say. And that experiment was very successful because of the language, we just connect. The moment we even on the airport, we hear the Kannada and we feel like to speak to the person, oh, you are from the Karnataka, you speak in Kannada. Language connect people. So that experiment was successful. And then we have this KAHO, our in the Kannada community. We are in Bhas, Bangla Hindu Adarsho Sangha, in the Bangla organization. We have Sangamam in the Tamil speaking Hindus in this country. And we are OHM, Overseas Hindu Malayalis. So there are few experiments and they are very successful. Maybe they are not lifelong organization. It may be after 10-15 years we realize now there is no need of that organization. It may be because now the whole society they are well knitted enough with the rest of the society. But at the moment, this is the need of the society to work in some particular bhasha area with the same values.
Okay, good. Yeah, I think it's more needed for the south side where we have more non-Hindi speaking than the north where every state literally Hindi is sort of their matrubhasha.
Literally, sometime I wish to born next time in the South India. Miss a lot.
Yeah, but yeah, we are pleased to have sort of a guidance given by the HSS, which I think you see all these organizations running under the same sort of a theme and guidance, so that there is a common objective and common mission and a common vision statement for each of these.
Hindu Sanskar, Hindu Sangathan. The two things normally we work for. Hindu need to be Hindu by sanskar, not by name only. Because you born in a Hindu family, it doesn't mean you are a Hindu. and you are the brown face, it doesn't mean you are a Hindu. What the sanskar of Hindu you have? So Hindus need to be Hindu by sanskar, and we need to build a system. Every mata pita, every parent, they try their best. Still, that is not enough in this country. There is no family support of the grandparents and the rest of the wider family in this country. Hindu sanskar, particularly to focus on the next generation, that is important. That is one point. And only sanskari people are not enough. This is the Kali Yuga, and in the Kali Yuga, Sanghe Shakti Kalo Yuge. Organization in this is the strength in the Kali Yuga. Even the sanskari people need to be organized. Otherwise, no one care you. You say we got the amazing philosophy, and who care about the philosophy in the today's world? You need the sangathan. The organization is the key in this present era. So mainly the common theme is Hindu sanskar, Hindu sangathan, and influence this world with our positivity. We call Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam.
That's great. And also, Chandrakanji, there is also another society called Seva organization, which is more again driven from the Sangha Parivara. So if somebody wants to join these organizations or help in terms of any of their projects and all, how is this information given to all the Hindus in UK? Is there some sort of a social media or a print media? How do they we see a lot of advertisements from all these other Christian organizations and all, and whenever we are going in a tube line or and a lot of newspapers. How do we bring others to know about the Seva organizations, and how do we connect other Hindus?
So I would say Seva is part of human instinct. I won't say only Hindu, human instinct. Whoever is human, they can feel the pain of someone. And to help others, that is a human instinct. In Hindus, it is quite deeper because of our culture. In the Western culture, you can't find a word for the Seva. The nearest one word in the English is charity. And charity is a very shallow word. Seva is a very deeper feeling. Charity mean I'm helping someone, and then I'm like my collar is up, like I'm doing something great work. But in the Seva, we feel humbled, and we see the God inside the person. If I'm helping you, I can see the Ishvara inside you, and I feel blessed by doing the Seva. Not I feel the ego. So Seva is a quite deeper thing in the Hindu philosophy. Unorganized Seva is there. Every person, they have the feeling of the Seva, every Hindu. But sometimes we need some organized form of the Seva as well. If there is a challenge, the COVID was here, and the way Seva Day, INSA, and FISI, and then many organizations, they organized a team of the 100 people. The moment organization come, you can influence the thing. Your result on the ground become 100 times better than one person doing in some city and feeling like I can do whatever I do and what else I can. And so organization in the field of the Seva also. So one of our key organization is Seva UK. You can go on the website. In the present era, internet is the best thing to get the informations. So Seva UK is our key organization in the field of the Seva. Seva UK mainly work in the Bharat. Fortunately, we all from Bharat. We all work here. Fortunately, uh, we earn enough, and it's our duty time to time to serve our motherland back there. So every year, Seva UK take a project, and they collect the finance from here. Average person, they contribute whatever, from 1,000 to 10 pound, whatever people can contribute. 5 years back, they took a program in the Maharashtra near to Nasik, Jawar, a residential school for disabled children. If we see the level of facilities disabled children get here in this country and in Bharat, is huge difference. Is huge difference. So they took this area to work. At the moment, it was a project of the 4 crore rupees, and they completed the project. Next year, they took a similar project in the Latur. They completed the project to build the whole building and all the facilities provided by the Seva UK. And last year, they took the project in the Karnataka near Hubli, is Gadak is a place.
Gadag, yeah. Gadag.
Residential school for disabled children. 100 children are there. The school is running, and 2.5 crore rupees we contributed from here. So like every year we take one project wherever the big need we see, and we help some local organization, which is mainly the Seva Bharati in the Bharat, and that's how. And many times we don't feel the need of the seva in this country. However, like the COVID was the time when it was a need in this country. We organized a group of like 100 karyakartas from Indian background to help Indian students, Indian people stranded here, and it was amazing the whole journey to serve the people. Then Seva Day. Please do visit the website of the Seva Day.
Okay, thank
So
you.
Seva Day created 35 different groups in this country from in each area of the country. In each group there are 50, 60, 70 people working together to blood donation, to food for the homeless people, many elderly people stuck in the houses, to give the food to them, whatever we could do. And I can say just one thing. We got 2 months back, we got an email. The chairperson of the Conservative Party want to visit the Seva Day office.
Mhm.
So the Conservative Party, who is ruling this country at the moment, their national president, Amanda, she wanted to visit the Seva Day office. We didn't invite her. They found out this is some organization doing amazing work. They contacted us, and she visited. She spent 1 hour, and she just wanted to know more about the Seva Day, which is this organization, and what your inspiration, and how the 1,000+ people working together in this country is a quite big thing. So I can, by the Bhagwan's Ashirwad, I can say we did quite good, and it's our responsibility, it's our dharma.
Absolutely.
And
You're right. I
to get
think
the information, the best thing is internet,
say-
Seva UK, Seva Day. Again, they got their website. So these sort of few organizations we have.
absolutely. No, what you rightly said in terms of every Hindu, yes, seva is part of our sort of inner thing that we have, and that as Mahatma Gandhi ji said, service to humanity or seva to humanity is nothing but seva to the God, and we believe God and we worship God every day. So similarly, doing the seva, I think, is the inner thing that every Hindu person has. Just moving on to some other topics, Chandrakant, your view in terms of we have a lot of Hindu families, even some of them, as you said, who came in 1970s, have their second generation kids going into universities and all. There is a need for religious education to be taken up in the schools here. What do you think are the Sangha Parivara is helping, or how do we collectively go and make sure Hinduism as a subject, religious subject, taken in GCSE or even in high levels into universities?
So religious education as a subject was introduced in this country during the Margaret Thatcher era, and after that. So because now the different religions are in the country, children should know about all the religions. That was the base. They should know what is the mosque and what is the gurudwara and what is the mandir and what is the church. And every child should know about all the religions. That was the basic concept. It went very well. 10 years back, the change started coming, or 7 or 8 years back, I can say is more.
Mhm.
And government said we don't have much resources. So we don't have many teachers, we don't have enough resources. So government made a proposal. Schools should teach at least two subjects. Even if you can't teach all the subject, every school should teach at least two subjects. That was the blanket proposal from the government. And what happened? 99% schools in this country, they chose Christianity and Islam. And from last 5 years, unfortunately, in all over the UK, Hinduism is not available in the schools for children, because it's very easy to go for the Christianity and Islam, because the nature-wise the Abrahamic religions are very similar. So, but our logic is, why only Hindu children should learn the Hinduism? All the children should learn about Hinduism. Why only the Hinduism? What about the Buddhism? What about the Sikhism? What
Mhm.
about the Judaism? So 3 4 months back, we took a task force. We made a task force for this task.
Mhm.
But before to speak to the government, we should have some good facts. We can't just go and speak. So we created a task force. We did a big survey from the Hindu parents, what they feeling. On the survey, 2,000 people responded. In the England, normally 2,000 people responding on some survey is a big thing. And now we have the data, the facts, which that we can speak to the government. What we are saying, either you teach all religions or you stop all. If you want to be like secular in the education, okay, don't teach anything. In if you want to teach a holistic view of the religion. And now we have the data. We have the plan for the next 6 months to 1 year
Okay.
already. There is a good team of some education experts, of some intellectuals, some very experts of this area. And in the next few months, I think on the 24th, you all can join. There will be a webinar only on this topic:
Mm-hmm.
the religious education, the availability, the challenges, and what's the future plan. On the 24th, we will
October. Okay.
share the information. Please, we all can join that.
Sure. Thanks a lot. Thanks for that information. I think a lot of parents are eagerly waiting, and especially my son also is, going to Oshaka. He is very keen to take Hinduism in his further education. As you touched on one of the sensitive issues like conversion, there are a lot of other issues like anti-India protest in UK, we see, and Hindu politics, and some wrong messaging coming from medias like BBC. How are these, sort of Sangha Parivar collectively are they are going to take it up and do a protest so that it is going to the highest level in the politicians as well as in the government organizations, so that we get a positive news coming out rather than these false news.
This is, I think, one of the most interesting topics. Somehow we all ended in the country, which got very amazing relation with India in the past. We know that. And London is hub of anti-India activities, anti-Hindu activities, is one of the big center in the world, London particularly. There are many organizations, they work on the name of the freedom of speech or on the name of the freedom of expression. Uh, they funded with the great organizations. So I'm not going who are they and what's, but that's a fact that England and particularly London is a hub of anti-India, anti-Hindu activities. Organization like the BBC, who are funded by us, by taxpayers, and how they are very biased about their opinions regarding the India, regarding the Hindus. We know that, but to keep explaining the problem, not going to bring any solution. I think still this is a problem. Still, it will need some time. It's
Great.
it's
Yeah.
it's not very a problem we can sort out in the few
Absolutely.
months. It will
Yeah.
take some time, but the people working on that, there are some task group who working on that. I can urge you, please do follow Insight UK.
Okay.
Their Twitter handle, INSIGHT, Insight UK2 is their Twitter handle, Insight UK2. Please do follow. So at least they make sure in this whole uh, time of the negativity, where all the negative news coming to you from every side, at least daily we get some positive news. And
Absolutely.
time to time, to bring awareness, if needed, to organize the society and to fight for the truth, they do it. Maybe we can follow Insight at the moment. This is a big challenge. It may take few more years to
Great.
sort out.
Good, good. Thanks, Chandrakanji. And I think there are a lot of topics which we need to continue further in our future programs. Thanks for your all enlightenment and giving information about Seva Day UK and Seva Day and a lot of other organizations which are based on Bhasha. There is a lot of information which can be looked in terms of internet and all. Just I would like to give a closure comments in terms of what are the key messages that you would like to give to our KAHO Parivar.
For Kaho Parivar, for any Hindu family, I think very easy and very my humble message if I want to give: be active. Simple. just to sitting in the house watching the TV and making comments, kya ho raha hai sansar mein, what's going on this, it's not enough. After 30 year of the pracharak life, at least one thing, my personal opinion, I can say, even I respect our opponents, those who are opponents for the Hindus, for the India. I respect them as well. They have some ideology, they have a right to say that. And if they are very honest about their opinion, we respect them as well. I can respect my opponent, but I can't respect a person who doing nothing.
Yeah, true.
So if the only if I can urge you or appeal you, if we understand the need of the India and the need of the Hindu, be active, do something. Many people, those who want to do something, sometimes they don't know what to do. That I can understand. People want to do something, sometimes they don't know what to do. Okay, just come to the, just approach the Karyakartas of the KAHO, or approach the Karyakartas of the HSS. We have 100 things to do. Whatever the capacity you have and whatever the uh, qualities you have, accordingly, we can join some good task and we can work for the country from here. Namaste, bahut bahut dhanyawad, shubhakamnaएं.
ठीक है.